What's up, Glass House? This your commish, These Nuts. And I'm here to do the week 10 recap. And hey man, this is funny for me because this is probably one of the rare times, probably this is probably the only time I'm actually ever happy to lose, happy that somebody beat me because I got to go to the barber shop, I got to get my hair cut, and man, I was tired of seeing that sad face, man, that long face. T-Boy weren't taking it too good, man. It's like he lost his dog or something, man. That dude was sad every week, and I was like, please, please let T-Boy win so he could just go ahead and have some hope for this season. Because believe it or not, a seven-loss team, I think a seven-loss team will make the playoffs. It might only be one, but I think one seven-loss team might just make the playoffs. And I was hoping T-Boy, won this week, so it give him a little hope for the rest of the season. And excuse me. And I tell you what, man, I wasn't taking it easy on him. I really wasn't. I wasn't gonna just give him a victory. I put my lineup out there, and for the most part, I fought, but I had a few stinkers out there, man. Spencer Ware and Matt Forte had pretty tough matchups. Both Carolina and the Rams, two of the top teams lately, stopping the run, and they did their job, man. They held my running backs combined to just 22 points, where I should have had a huge advantage. And then Mike Evans only gave me 10. I don't know what was going on in that game because Tampa Bay scored 36 points. But anyways, for T-Boy, Russell Wilson finally showed up. 35, LeGarrette, 24 with 3 touchdowns. Tyrell Williams, 23. The Ravens D, 31. And, he was able to pull this one out, 156 to 157. So congratulations, Glass House Bandits. You improved to 3-7, and these nuts drops to 7-3. Next matchup, this was a close one, man. This one was real close. Came down to Monday Night Football. La Spina the Great versus CMR Canes, and this was the closest game. Oh no, it wasn't. I'm lying. It was not the closest game of the week. It was the second closest game of the week. 2-point victory for La Spina the Great. I'll tell you how it went down. La Spina the Great had some good performances from Murray with 29 and Diggs. They both had 29. The rest of his team did pretty much nothing. And on the other side for CMR Kings, Dak 25, David Johnson 26, and a bunch of low double digits there. Um, this game came down to Monday Night Football, though. La Spina the Great was down. He was down by 13 points. So 13 points would have tied it from Andy Dalton. Um, and you say, well, the quarterback 13 points, that's nothing. Andy Dalton did his best to make this interesting because he had a shitty game. He had one touchdown, interception, and 200 yards. So basically, he won by 2 points, 15 points for Andy Dalton. And La Spina the Great, you improved to 6-4. CMR Canes drops to 4-6. You know, next matchup, we have Deshaun versus Florida Cheeseheads. Boy, Florida Cheeseheads. Man, this was not as close as the score implied. 140 to 116. Um, the big performance here for Deshaun with Tannehill with 25 and Le'Veon with 33. Also, the Dolphins defense stepping up gave him 24. Monday night, AJ gave him 19. But he had a lot of single digits guys like Ajay, Reed, Michael Thomas. But on the other side, Florida Cheeseheads, you had Aaron Rodgers with 34 and Robinson came through finally. I guess he decided to be a top wide receiver and give you 27 points. But you had way too many single digits guys, man. You had 5 of them. Your defense only gave you 12. Your running backs combined for 10 points. So unfortunately for you, man, it was another L this week. You dropped to 4-6. Deshaun, you improved to 5-5. Next matchup, we got the closest game of the week because it was a tie. It was a tie, and this had to be a heartbreaker for the Rick Way because this was his shot right here, man. He was in the same position as Glasshouse Bandits. He needed a win to stay alive in the playoff hunt, and he needed 26 points from Odell Beckham. 26 points for the win. Coming into Monday night, he needed 26. Odell gave him 25. He was 3 yards away from getting that extra point with 97 yards instead of 100, which would have gave him 26 points. So, man, so the tiebreaker came down to who's, you know how it goes, whose bench has the highest score, and both of these guys had a lot of points on the bench. Unfortunately for the Rick way, Braveheart had a little bit more, 81 to 54. Um, man, I'm sad to say it, Scott, but it's the end of the road for you, buddy. A 7-loss team could make the playoffs, but an 8-loss team definitely will not make the playoffs. So unfortunately for you, man, that's it. This is it. This is it for you, buddy. Game over. Um, Better luck next year. So next matchup we got Juice Box Sippers versus Team Dubes, and Team Dubes is continuing his little streak of winning. I would say he won like 4 of the last 5 games, I think, or something like that. This one was easy for him, 139 to 95. Talking about a 44-point victory. Juice Box Sippers had nobody with 20 points or more. High score 17, which was Kenny Britt. Running backs combined for 18. Your wide receivers combined for 18. So you just didn't have any hope this week. Uh, 95 points. That's the low score of the week. You're the only team this week to not break 100. Team Dubes, you had a big performance from Mariota, Doug Baldwin, gave you 29, and the Texas defense showed up with 20 points. So Dubes, you improved to 6-4. Juice Box Sippers, you dropped to 4-6. Better go and sip your little juice and get your shit together, because the clock is ticking. Next matchup, final matchup, we have B Team versus Pilo. Both of these teams battling for division hierarchy. B Team needed this victory to catch up with D's Nuts for the division lead. Pilo already had his division lead. He wanted to keep it, and they were battling, man. The quarterbacks didn't show up in this one. Matty Ice only gave B Team 17, and Jay Cutler, even worse for Pilo, 9. But this matchup was pretty much determined by 2 players, and 2 players only. I mean, seriously, for Pilo, Jordy Nelson 30, Ezekiel Elliott 40. 70 points between 2 players. That's pretty much half of his total points right there. He also had a really good performance from Gordon with 18. He didn't score a touchdown, which is unusual, but 18 without a touchdown is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Um, Anyways, Pilo, you were able to pull this one out despite good performances from Bilal Powell and Julio Jones and Delaney Walker for B Team. B Team, you dropped to 6-4, and Pilo, you improved to 7-3 to tie for the best record in the league overall. Oh, by the way, I gotta congratulate Glasshouse Bandits for not only winning this week, but for scoring the highest score of the week with 156 points. Um, on Thursday, we're gonna have Thursday is New Orleans versus Carolina. So if you got any Panthers, if you got any Saints playing on your team that you're trying to play, make sure to plug them in, because at this point, every single game matters. We have 3 more weeks to the regular season. Trade deadline is Wednesday. Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m. is the last trade you can make. So if you want to get a trade in, you better do it now. All right, man. Everybody, y'all make some good decisions this week. Good luck to everybody. And these nuts. We'll see you next week for the Week 11 recap. All right. Peace.